Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. And I thought I would follow up that roast video where I focus on people's comic cards by, turning that mirror around and focusing on my own comic cards. So I want to bring it back. I've got 27 6-star sort of fodder mythic cards to try and re-roll this new Avengers number 9 card. I've tried at least twice now. I think I've done between 40 and 50 re-rolls on it, and I haven't gotten the perfect stats. Now, to remind you guys, the perfect stats for this card for me are the HP proc on this fourth option, which is that activation rate at the bottom there. And then for the fifth option, I'm hoping for only all attack. I got it once with energy attack, but I need the all attack because I like that juicy physical attack bonus that it gives. And then obviously the last one here would be cooldown duration. And if I get those perfect stats and if the quality of the card is at least 3 or 4, hopefully maybe 5, 6, or 7, I will be replacing this Loki card, which I've had in my inventory equipped for years. I rolled this, at least a year or two ago, and I haven't moved it since. But before we do that, I want to also remind you guys, or I want to also tell you guys that I have something special for everybody else in the, who's watching, who's not quite here yet. If you can't necessarily appreciate the sort of gravity of what I'm doing as an endgame veteran with, pretty expensive cards and also a lot of rerolls to do for this particular card, even if you're still building up your card stats, I have something for you. I cooked up something in the lab. And then secondarily, I also have over 100, almost enough for 50 more pulls with the Rift token. So even if I fail now, I've got enough in the bank to at least make a few more mythic cards. But I think, well, I hope that 20 tries will be enough to get this bad boy re-rolled. So let's begin the combining, and we're going to start, of course, with my worst cards that I just have no need for whatsoever, and we're going to see what we get here. So that first re-roll is garbage. One of the stats is good, the all attack. The rest of it's no good. I don't want crit rate. I need the activation rate and everything else. This is number 2. All garbage. Good quality, but the rest of it is no good. Let's go for number 3. Okay, still no good. Let's go for number 4. Okay, so we get the all attack and the cooldown. So again, if I wasn't going for a PvP card here, if I wasn't going for the activation rate, the HP activation rate, I probably would settle for this card. And I think most players would, but this card is really good because of that HP activation rate. Basically, you're losing HP, you're taking damage, and then it procs, and it boosts up your character's HP. It basically heals them for 20%, and it also gives them a larger HP pool. It bumps their max HP up by 20%, so then if they have a heal from their passive effects, or if they have a heal coming in from a CTP of regen, or from a skill effect, that will heal them for even more. So it's got a lot of synergy with PvP characters that heal, and 2 PvP characters that I love to use that heal, Silver Surfer, and the one I don't use anymore, but I will use him eventually, Wolverine. So I think this card does have a lot of opportunity for me in the future, and it'll be especially good if I can get this card to roll if Netmarble and Marvel Future Fight devs ever decide to, hopefully they do, rework PvP and make it a more important and a more robust game mode. This is number 5. So we get the HP proc, but again, the other 2 stats are no good. So you get a 15% bump in your HP with a 5% chance when you're hit. This is number 6 here. No, that's complete trash, and it's 1 quality. Here's number 7. We just run through these pretty quick. It's kind of sad. There's the HP proc again. It's kind of sad because you work for weeks or months to accumulate all of these, to accumulate a couple or a lot of mythic cards, and you just flush them down the toilet so quickly. It would be so nice if there was a little bar at the bottom, and that bar would fill up one at a time every time you sacrificed a mythic card, and once that bar hit like 50 or 100, it would automatically give you whatever stats you wanted, or it would at least, every 25 or every 50, it would let you choose one of the stats and lock it in. This is really something that Netmarble should do. This is roll number, oh man. Oh, this is this is how it should be. I mean, this game feels like it's so old sometimes because the RNG is just so punishing and so crushing. But damn, this was almost perfect. All attack, cooldown, 9 rolls in. Okay, this is, I believe this is, no, that was 8. This is number 9. Number 9 and number 10 for Spider-Man. Nope, that's garbage. This is number 10 here. I think it's number 10. Honestly, I can't really keep track that well. Talking and counting is kind of hard, but this is number 11 here. See what we get. No. Physical defense energy defense, and fire resist. This looks like a card somebody I roast would equip. Okay, number 12. Let's go for it. Let's see what we get here. We get the cooldown and we get the HP. So this one, if I was going for something very extremely PvP, I might actually prefer this. Not prefer it, but you know, I have a lot of all attack on my cards. I would be losing 10% all attack from switching over New Avengers, overriding Loki, because Loki has, I think, 11% all attack. So I would lose a lot. I'd lose 20% of my overall all attack. But on the plus side, I'd be getting dodge back as well as the HP. And dodge is a nice defensive stat, which also has some synergy with like a CTP of Rage type thing. It's actually not that bad to have a lot of dodge or some dodge on your cards. But no, not good enough. This is number 13. Let's see what we get here. No. Let's go. We haven't seen a 7 quality Infinity either. New Avengers number 9. This is number 14. Garbage. Nope. This is number 15. Damn. Nothing. Okay, 5 more. Let's go. Number 16. Just the all attack. 6 quality though. Alright, number 17. I think it's number 17 anyways. Nothing. Jesus. 18. No. Just nothing. Okay. 19. Let's try 19 here. Oh, again, all attack and cooldown. But it's crit rate, bro. It's crit rate. I don't need... And it's 5 quality too, which is sick. If I didn't need the max... If it wasn't about the HP proc, this would be a sick card. But it is about the HP proc. Let's do one more. The last Punisher. No. Okay. We do have a few more cards, but I'm going to be stopping it there. I have a feeling deep down that Netmarble is going to be introducing new premium cards or new cards in general. Just because it's been a while. The last cards they introduced were the Monsters Unleashed cards, and it's an easy way for them to make money in Marvel Future Fight. So I like to keep at least a couple of mythic cards in the bank just in an emergency so I can try to roll up a new card if I do get it. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still have 7 more cards here if I do need to re-roll in an emergency, and then I also have the Rift tokens that I talked about. And so seeing me get wrecked, you know, you're like, man, Cynicalex, you got so unlucky. This card system's so BS. It brings you down. Maybe it does bring you down. Maybe it makes you feel like it's impossible for you to roll cards perfectly. But that's why you shouldn't be aiming to roll cards perfectly. This is an example of what it takes to roll the perfect card. And if you compare this to other games, you're talking about, you know, trying to farm for a very specific item at the maximum level against the most difficult boss in Destiny 2 or Diablo 3 or one of these other games. We're not talking about something that a regular player is going to be doing day to day. I'm talking about taking a premium card and rolling the exact stats that I want and nothing else with no margin of error. So what this should do, if anything, this should show you that you should not be aiming to roll for perfect cards. When you come up with, when you sort of calculate the card stats that you want, you should always leave room for mistakes. You should assume that you can only get maybe 1 of the stats that you want. Assume that 2 of the stats are going to be stats you don't want. Sort of plan for the worst and set yourself up to still have good cards despite those mistakes. Get cards that have good orange stats because the orange stats are always locked. That's why I always tout how good this card is for beginners all the way to veterans. I still use this card, and yet, you know, at least 3 or 4 people that I roasted on cards don't even have this one equipped. It blows my mind. People are just not doing the most basic things to put themselves in a position to succeed. So find those free cards and find those easy to get cards like this and make them a part of your roster, because even if all 4 of these stats are garbage and you get unlucky, you'll still have a mythic Thor card that's going to give you between 7 and 11% energy attack and ignore defense. If you get 5 cards with similar stats, cooldown, all attack, etc., you can still put together a solid base of cards. And so this is what I wanted to leave you guys with. I wanted to show you guys this other thing that I designed sort of on the fly. It's not perfect. It's not totally complete yet. But in addition to the comic card video that I have, and I'll link it now in the card for you guys, that video is a beginner to end game free-to-play card guide. This is a text version. This is the comic card help chart. I wouldn't call this a guide so much as a help chart, but this is a help chart. This is a sort of rough estimate of where you should aim your stats to be if you're a brand new player and you're free to play, if you're sort of, you know, running along and you're sort of 6 to 12 months into the game, it's free to play. Or if you've been playing for more than a year and a half and you are free to play, if you're spending money, aka you're a VIP player, and then asking and answering specific questions. So when you look at your cards, do you need more skill cooldown? These are the cards to aim for. This is where you can get them. Don't get these cards, even though they have cooldown, because the other orange stat is garbage. It's not worth it. They're trap cards, like the Marvel Zombies card. I should actually put that Marvel Zombies card here. If you need more ignore defense, you have a lot more options. You can see cooldown compared to ignore defense, but there are still trap cards that you should avoid for ignore defense. And then if you're a PvP player and you play, Alliance Conquest a lot, Timeline Battle, you need more max HP. These are a couple cards you can get that have good stats for both stats. So for example, the Gwenpool card from the event battle, it's all attack, max HP. Those are premium stats for PvP. The Punisher card is a little bit worse. It's physical attack and max HP. The Spider-Man card is a little bit worse. It's attack speed and max HP, but they are all still orange stat max HP cards. So even if you get shitty blue stats, you will still have 7 to 11% max HP and attack speed, or whatever the other stat is, which is what you should be aiming for. And then I talk about cards to spend crystals on. From the legendary battles, either Thor or the Infinity War, and that's the one that I was rolling today, just now in the video. And then the rest of these cards that I'm noting here are only via luck when gambling. So these ones, you need to be careful. These are the best cards in the game, and they are also cards that you either have to get through extreme luck gambling or extreme luck opening up, I guess, Shadowland chests or World Boss booty boxes after stage 20. I'll put that in actually as well, because I do need to note that there is one other way of obtaining those cards for now. Maybe Marvel Future Fight devs will put in a premium card 30-day check-in event like they've been doing for the CTP check-ins. So if you want to find this chart, I'm going to link it in my Discord under the text channel for helpful links. So definitely join the Discord. If you haven't already joined it, you absolutely should. We have the biggest Marvel Future Fight Discord that exists in the world, I assume. And we also have a bumping channel for both regular, or not regular, but we have two channels. We actually have two channels for Marvel Future Fight, not just one. So if you need help, there's multiple ways to get help. And if you just need an alliance, if you don't need help in the game, but you just need to find an alliance, you need to find people to play Danger Room with, you can also join the Discord for that. We've got everything. And we've also got a channel for food, which is delicious. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of the comic card rolling. It's like we're 60 or 70 rolls deep on this card, and I got nothing to show for it, which is kind of a bummer. But that's okay. I know that I'm going for perfection, so I have to accept, a 95+% chance to fail. And let me know what you think of the comic card help chart. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.